We'll just we'll let all the internet bits sort of fall into one another and coincide as they must do. As I've noticed that when I click sort of go live and then just immediately start talking, it usually doesn't quite work out. I'm digging this tune though. So this is Multilog. I've already hit the microphone. Shame. This is Multilog. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Jim Hodgson. This entity, this group of comedy writers that all do this together is called the Scene Shop. We started doing this. Well, when the lockdown started, we were writing comedy together every day, and I thought that that was a little much. So now we're just doing 3 days a week, and this is the joke writing stream, Multilog. So let's see how we get on, shall we? Now, the way this normally works is, well, let me back up. I think it's key when it comes to writing comedy to write 5 jokes a day, especially if you're trying to get funnier or if you're trying to build an act or make more time for yourself. Like you want a longer act. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to write 5 jokes. I get the sense that people are kind of going back to work now, so they don't have as much time to do comedy streaming during the day, which is, I mean, hey, you know. But so let's see if I can. So often what happens is the chat will sort of burble along and come up with some ideas, and then we'll all work on them together. Let's see. I'm just looking at sometimes I look at Reddit and Twitter and things like that for joke ideas if I don't have anything swirling around in my mind. But it is handy to keep a notebook in your pocket like this. Make sure the camera can see it. Yeah. Okay, so this is I just got this particular field notes notebook. This is the waterproof kind, which is nice because when it's in your pocket all day long and you're sweating sitting on it, it doesn't get the pages don't disintegrate the way that the regular ones do. However, it is not nice. It's not as good to write on as the regular ones are. Just making sure there's nothing on this page, but you can see, nothing personal that would be terrible. This is like shopping lists and some designs that I drew for a bookshelf that I built. But you can see how the ink of my favorite pen, the Pilot G2, if you write on a page with the G2, and then you close it, but if you use a ballpoint, it seems to be okay. So I do like the waterproof. Like here's a note that I have for a joke. Maybe it's a better idea for a sketch, but I don't know if you guys can see this, but the note that I wrote for myself is a guy who died of hat head. Okay, Voodoo 463's got it. Why is the chat not appearing? That's peculiar. Why? Voodoo 463, I demand to know why your chat is not appearing in the window as it should. What on earth is taking place? This aggression will not stand. I don't know what to do about it. Well, anyway, he says, it has been said that there's no sure foundation for a beautiful friendship than a mutual taste in literature, which is why I keep Salt and Pepper in my library and the classics in my pantry. I think that might be a bit long. Why isn't the chat showing up in the damn window? God, I'm mad. here you guys have taken time out of your day to come and write jokes, and the stupid chat thing isn't showing your... I know. I get the chat is all... They're angry. They're as angry as I am. Maybe angrier. All right, let's see. What's your major malfunction, chat box? We'll sort this out. There. Now it's here again. Fantastic. This is what I love. One of the many things I love about software. Okay, let me post you the link to... Let's see. Get link. Restricted. Anyone with the link can view. Copy link. Let me know if that works or does not work. Does not work. Okay. It looks like it worked because I see your little icons appearing. Yeah. Oh, you guys have got some good ideas. So, first of all, Voodoo 463, let's talk about this joke. It's been said that there's no surer foundation for a beautiful friendship than a mutual taste in literature, which is why I keep Salt and Pepper in my library and the classics in my pantry. I'm not sure that, to me, that just sounds like rhetoric. That sounds like one of those faux George Bernard Shaw kind of things. I think... And I also think it could be shortened a little bit. Like how much could we shorten it? People say good books make great. People say good books make great friends. Maybe that's not so good. Yeah. How about my greatest relationships have all been with books, much better than people. I don't listen to people. The joke there being that they're all audiobooks, right? Right? Right. Let's see. Did I miss anything? So Chad McNaughton says, pretty sure this was an ad for a watch company, but it's a fun headline. Study shows that a love of luxury watches is proof of superior virility. I feel like Chad is just buttering me up here because he knows that I like watches. But I don't think I can claim to be particularly virile since I don't have any kids. What? Pardon me while I define virile. Does it mean sexually potent, like strength, energy, and a strong sex drive? Okay. All right. I think I can claim to those things. It doesn't mean that you're necessarily the great progenitor, right? Chad McNaughton has said something dirty, and he apparently has been chastised for it somehow because his words have turned into asterisks. All right. Going broke. Let's make sure we haven't... Did I skip anybody? No, I didn't. New Ford Bronco is coming out on July 9th. I think I already have the beginnings of a Okay, so if you're not a car person, which I may be the only car person of all of us, if you're not a car person, the Bronco has been teased for a long, long time. So who knows if it's actually coming out or not, but maybe it is. I don't remember if it's a full EV or if it just offers an electrical drivetrain. Nobody knows yet. I don't think. Let's see. Manual gearbox, it says, so that means it will be an internal combustion engine. So my first car was a 1987 Ford Bronco that was worth about $500. It was a piece of crap, but it was a lot better than nothing. I'll tell you that much. It had a tendency to overheat, but only when I wanted it to go somewhere. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Voodoo 463, something like it doesn't appear to be correct. It's not going to be an EV, but let's see. New Ford Bronco. This is O.J. Simpson's birthday. How about that? Will come from the factory with a glove box that doesn't fit. I don't know if you remember that moment from the O.J. Simpson trial, but there was this big moment where they had some leather gloves that were his, and they were going to make him try them on. And who knows what actually happened, but I think the story is that the gloves had been wet, so they shrank. But anyway, OJ, they made him put the gloves on in open court. They were like, put these gloves on, because he was going to show that they were going to show that the gloves were his by him putting them on and them fitting perfectly. But because they had been wet and they shrank, he tried to put them on and he couldn't get them on. And I think I forget the lawyer's name, Johnny something. Yeah, the glove don't fit, you must acquit. That was the chant. Gosh, what was that lawyer's name? Johnny something. Johnny Cochran. How could I forget? Yeah, Johnny Cochran. You guys all remember. I just didn't. Okay. Study shows that a love of luxury watches is proof of superior virility. But then again, everyone actually having sex might have been late for the study. Let's reword that. And they were having actual sex. The glove was found, yeah. The glove was found at the scene during trial. They had him show the jury that it didn't. But he was wearing his... Yeah. Something like that. Voodoo 463's got a decent one. Yeah, I like that one better. I don't know. Maybe it works. It's a whole other joke. I left out the dialect. No need to be insensitive. Study shows the level of luxury has proved superior virility. Responding to studies. Rolex is the new Corvette. I'm not sure about that. I think a Rolex is the thing about a Rolex is that they're actually good. I mean, they're like ubiquitous and everything. And they're kind of like people glom onto them because they're known good. But the thing about a Corvette is they're not really that good. I mean, especially like your up to like the C6 or the C7, they were just garbage cars. They're a lot of horsepower, but that's it. The interiors are shit. People are loving the C8s, but I mean, they don't do anything for me. It's also funny. I know that you guys aren't necessarily car culture folks, but it's hilarious that like Corvette guys all look the same. They're all like 50s or 60s, 90s goatee, like stonewashed jeans that they bought in 1992 and haven't replaced, and they're too big, but they just pull their belt tight anyway. And they're usually wearing a t-shirt with like eagles and American flags on it and all that, and Corvettes maybe. And then like white New Balance sneakers. That's what a Corvette guy looks like. You built a 1964 Alfa Romeo Spider. Is that a 124? Is that right? No. Alfa Romeo would be like the Spider Veloce or Quadrifoglio Oglio. Or a Giulia. Was there a Giulia Spider? It was just the Alfa Romeo Spider, wasn't it? The mid-90s version. I had a stepdad that had one of those. He loved it. He didn't get to drive it much because it was never working, but he loved it. It was weird that the stick shift was on the dash. If I recall correctly. Anyway, let's see. Give Corvette credit for the idea of totaling a car because of a fender dent. Yeah, I mean, a lot of cars are that way now, but you know, like on the C5s, the back is all fiberglass. So you just like press on it and you can see the whole thing move. It's Weird. Anyway, let's carry on, shall we? Here's one for you. Officer who accused McDonald's workers of taking a bite of his sandwich forgot he ate it. That's just silly. That's silliness. That's what that is. Ooh, listen to this music. We're entering like some kind of a... We're entering the Matrix or something. Right? Okay. Let me think if there's a punchline in here. An officer accused McDonald's workers of taking a bite of his sandwich, forgot he ate it. He also accused them of choking themselves until they passed out. Hey, remember. Yeah, that's a more lighthearted punch. Well done, Dan. What else we got? Gang? What else? Maybe I just need to be more energetic. Like, isn't that how YouTube-y people are? They're a little bit more energetic. It's just not my natural delivery. I'm more of a deadpan kind of guy. You understand? I'm a little bit more animated in my actual stand-up sometimes. Anyway, an officer who accused McDonald's workers of taking a bite of a sandwich forgot he ate it, said the sandwich. That's a funny take too, Chad. I like that. I think you could get a laugh with that tag. It's too many syllables, Chad. Too many damn consonants, that's for sure. Come on, fingers. Work with me. Let's get this poll going. Okay, who we got so far? Voodoo 463. Dan. Those of you who have not pitched jokes yet, you need to get your shit together. Turn on your volumetric shit compressor. If you've not played Disco Elysium, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm loving that game. I identify with the detective, except I'm not a detective, I'm a comedy writer. Okay. What else, folks? Here's one for you. Fat Skippy says, why did the fox cross the road? I don't know. Tell us. Atlanta megachurch pastor faces criticism for suggesting that white blessing replaced the term white privilege. I'm going to have to reword. To eat the shit out of the chicken he was following. Interesting. I feel like I'm reading a Fox's blog. Not that I wouldn't. I would do that. An Atlanta megachurch pastor is facing criticism for suggesting white places. Oh, don't bring back that "What Does the Fox Say" thing. We'll be here all day singing that song. It was the Baby Shark of its day. That's the most overt racism rebranding attempt. Funny how he's not so keen on all religions matter. How about that? Okay, Going Broke has got another Bronco take. The new Ford Bronco is coming out on July 9th, which is O.J. Simpson's birthday. Ford is offering various levels of trim, most notably the Juice package, where the driver is constantly trailed by 5 helicopters. I dig that, Going Broke. It's a little long, but I think it's worth it. I'm a buyer, Going Broke. I am a buyer. Well done to you. And thus, you have got yourself added to the contest of joke writer of the stream. There's one slot left out there, you heathens. So pitch jokes, or I'll have your eyelids for pinky rings. Don't think I won't. Voodoo463 says Boris Johnson's car in minor crash after protester jumps in front of caravan. Merchants on Silk Road were disgruntled. I think there's definitely a joke to be had about that. How about this? The protester was terrified, saying, "I almost touched his hair." Black Sabbath have been asked if it would be appropriate to change their name. Sure. Oh, I see. That goes with the megachurch pastor. Yeah, you could make that into a whole other joke that looks like this. How about this? All Sabbaths matter. How about that? I like that, Fat Skippy. Tell me what you think about this improvement. If you think it's an improvement at all, that is. All Sabbaths matter. I don't love that there's two uses. I think if we're going to do that, then we need to change this one. He likes it. Good. He or she likes it. There's got to be a really incisive punch to be had about this. An Atlanta megachurch pastor is facing criticism for this. I was going to say, when I heard that, I did a brown blessing, but I don't think it would be taken the right way in context. Yeah, that's a sort of a straight down the middle one, Chad. I don't not like it, but I think that there's really a I think if we can come up with a really good one for this, this person deserves to be made fun of for being that stupid and that racist. We just got to keep working on it. Yeah, that's definitely a. Yeah, so it's like the trouble with it is I want to poke fun at that ignorant idiot, but the trouble with it is I just want to be careful not to write a joke that could be taken out of context, and if it's taken out of context, people could think that we are like agreeing with that ethos, which we wouldn't. We don't. Yeah. Keep chewing on it, guys. It's out there. There's gold in them there hills. That's not bad. Voodoo 463. Maybe there's something that's like meanwhile, a body has been discovered. Oh, private jet is a good call. Maybe that's an angle. I like that one, Twitchender. Jesus is New Testament, not Old. You're right about that. My bad. It's been a long time since my attempted indoctrination. Also, it failed. Yeah, I like that too, Chad. I mean, you can you have a yacht in Atlanta? You can. The Trumpy people here go to Lake Lanier, or, there are a couple of lakes nearby. Lake Lanier is just north of where I live. I'm not sure that you'd find a yacht there, but I'm sure there are some gigantic pontoon boats. Okay. May you be touched by his newly appendage, says Rascal Cats. Yes. It's clearly a Pastafarian. Twitchender, I'm going to add you to the poll for best joke writer of the stream, and we're up to 5 now. So well done, everybody. Let's keep partying. Let's keep writing these jokes. Good to see you guys back. Those of you who I think are somewhat new, perhaps not, who are, maybe joined us last time or the time before, Cornish Pasty and Twitchender, etc. Slay the Dragon, thank you for correcting me on my biblical knowledge, which is admittedly lacking. So let's see. Let's dip into the, let's see what else is. You know what I want to complain to you guys about really quick, off topic? I was really looking forward to the Artemis Fowl movie because I like the books because they were silly, and I like Owen Colfer. I'm extremely jealous of Owen Colfer that he got to write in Douglas Adams' universe. And so I was really looking forward to the movie Artemis Fowl because those Artemis Fowl books were They were like just silly, mindless candy kind of stuff, but I dug it. And also, I sent Owen Colfer a message to just to say, hey, I really liked your Doug Adams book. And he responded and said thanks. So he's a nice person. But the movie, I mean, it's got like a 4 on Rotten Tomatoes, and everybody hates it. Voodoo 463 is complaining about it. Such a pain in the butt. I haven't seen it, so I'm not as mad. But I remember when Max Brooks' book got turned into a movie with Brad Pitt and what's her face, and it had nothing to do, World War Z. It had nothing to do with the book at all. Nothing. Anyway, Boja's car was involved in a minor crash after President. I sure don't understand Brexit. Yeah, me either. I don't understand it at all. But I don't really understand anything that's going on. Except that I'm starting to understand that maybe I'm depressed. Maybe I have depression. Maybe that's what's wrong with me. Not that that helps anybody understand Brexit, mind you. Let me take a moment to say, first of all, just a blanket thank you to everybody for hanging out today and writing jokes with me. This is awesome. I love doing this. Thank you so much to... Oh, we've got some inspirational sounding music as well. Thank you so much to our patrons who've jumped on board with us. I've got some ideas of how to write, how to make some more work from home. In addition to the show that I've been doing from here at my house. I got some other ideas, and I'm kind of excited about it. I think in the future, I think we can probably put a sketch together filmed in my garage and then just composite all the actors together later. That's an idea I'm pretty interested in pursuing. So look for that later. But anyway, thank you for joining. Thank you for subscribing here on Twitch. Thanks for being patrons, those of you who are patrons. And yeah, it's great. I really appreciate that. More work will come. We'll be putting out more work. I finished an episode of Bad Gladiator today, so that'll be coming out soon. I think I'm going to get the actors to just all come to my house and park in my driveway. And then I'm going to run a cable for microphones out to each one of their cars. And then everybody just stays in their cars, and I'll be in the driveway with the recording stuff, and they can just do all their lines inside their cars. So nobody has to get out, and nobody will breathe each other's air and all that. So I think that could be a good way to make that happen. Yeah. Anyway, let's go back to writing jokes for a few minutes here. So I haven't seen the video, but the concept of this Georgia police officer having a meltdown about her Egg McMuffin is amusing to me. Something I've also been thinking about from here in Georgia is like our elections are a joke. They're a joke. And what kills me about it is that the Secretary of State and it's their job to oversee elections, and like that's what they do. But the thing that kills me about it is they're always like, "Oh, we just didn't expect." I'm like, you didn't know? We all knew that the election was that day. How did you not know? This is your thing. So maybe there's a joke to approach that. So who's someone who's just ridiculously gullible and surprised? Like maybe something like this. Citizens regret hiring Bozo the Clown. That's a great reference. Yeah. Rascal Gas, I dig that one. Solid. Solid. Okay. I was just trying to think of who would be who is somebody who's just known to be continually surprised, like, oh, what? You know, the only people that I can think of who would be similarly sort of cynically surprised would be, you know, other Republicans when it's like, hey, there's a lot of really corrupt stuff going on over here, and they're like, oh, what? Let's see. What else is to be had? Okay, here's a joke for you. You guys are going to like this. Those of you who know who Bojo is. The new paint job on Boris Johnson's plane will cost the taxpayer £900,000. The paint job on his bus only cost them Europe. If you're not familiar with Boris Johnson, he's the prime minister. And he drove around in a big red bus that had lies on the side. I don't need the word only here. How about this? The devil's beard. I don't know. That sucks. Forget I asked you what you guys think of that. That's terrible. I like that one, Dan. Solid. That's a delicious joke. Delicious, I tell you. Billy Idol's White Wedding, yeah. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah. Oh, I remember the song. Don't you worry about that. Definitely remember the song. Okay, folks, let's come up with one more. Let's do it. Let's band together. One more joke. Damn your eyes. Oh no, Chad, I'm sorry to hear that you have a meeting at the top of the hour. I do like this farting thing. You guys had a joke about it. I'm just going back and looking for this farting joke. Vienna, I think it was. Now I can't find it. Son of a bitch. Going Broke had it. Oh, here we go. €500, that's nothing to sneeze at. Nothing to fart at. Yeah, we'll take it. We will take it. All right, I'm going to trigger the poll. Get ready to vote for your favorite joke writer of the stream. There they are. Oops, I didn't want to move you. There. Solid work today, guys. Solid work. While you're voting, please do vote. Not just in the joke writing poll, but in life. Vote. Unless you live in an authoritarian country, as I do, the United States. Just kidding. I vote. Thanks for joining me. Stargirl1521, you've been here and you didn't pitch any jokes. Shame on you. Thanks so much for joining me, guys. If you haven't seen my Bayeux Tapestry show, I'm doing that on Fridays. And I've added some time slots that are friendly for UK, EU time zone. I'm going to be doing one of those tomorrow at 3 o'clock my time. And I'm GMT -4. So that's 8 o'clock BST, I believe. Because BST is GMT +1 or UTC +1. Never mind. Do catch that. Thank you so much for hanging out today. Thank you, as I said, to those of you who've joined me or joined us as patrons who've subscribed here on Twitch. It really makes a difference. It really does. And we're finding ways to make more work together. No, 3 p.m. is not the only time I can do these streams. In fact, we've talked about moving them to possibly later in the day or some other time. If you have a suggestion, I'd love to hear it. I've been thinking about doing maybe a nighttime stream, just to make it a little bit more accessible for US folks. But anyway, suggest a time. And Chad McNaughton looks like he might have won today. Well done to you, Chad. He's gone now to his meeting, but at least he carried the day. Well done. So yeah, join us on Wednesdays for the joke writing stream. On Fridays for the sketch writing stream. We'd love to have you. Go to my website, buy a book and read it. Oh, Chad did notice. He saw his own victory. Well done, sir. You can go to readmyfuckingbooks.com and read grab a book and read it. 7 p.m. Eastern. I'm not opposed. I do 7 p.m. is kind of like hang around with my wife and family time. So I have to hang out with my wife and my family so that they don't forget who I am. And also because I love them. But anyway, yeah. So join us in the Discord if you haven't already. You can find that on sceneshop.us. Links to all the stuff is there, or most of the stuff. I'm forgetful. Anyway, Multilog. These jokes will go out on Monday. So if you're not on our mailing list, then you might not see them. Although we post them to Facebook and stuff like that. The list of jokes. So do jump on that. Yeah, I've been Jim Hodgson. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you on Friday for Sketch Desk. And be healthy. Be happy. Take care of yourself. Write your 5 jokes. Post them to us. We're here to support each other and be as funny as we can. That's it. Love you.